It's a struggle we've all had, one that's changed the lives of billions of people, one that's altered what our future will look like. Good or bad, social media is here to stay. I'm sure you can remember the last time you spent countless hours mindlessly scrolling through TikTok, through Instagram, through YouTube, whatever the case may be. Scrolling mindlessly through social media is never a good option. I'm sure you can remember thinking to yourself, just one more post and I'll get off. Just one more post and I'll go to sleep. Just one more post and I'll go to the gym. And we all know that one more post is a trap. Because that one more post becomes one more post, which becomes one more post, which becomes one more post, which becomes an all-nighter of scrolling through social media. And the matter of the fact is, how many of these posts, let's say you're going through 100 posts, how many of them are you actually remembering? How many of them are bringing meaning to your life? How many of them are helping you improve your life? Chances are, not too many of them. Chances are, possibly even none of them. Imagine if you could free your mind from this addiction, release the shackles, and live the life you truly want to live. I'm sure you don't want to be that guy who's on social media and that's his entire life. That guy is more than likely out of shape, has no social life, doesn't make money, and is an all-around loser. If that's what you want, keep scrolling through social media. Keep on doing it. But if that's not what you want, if that's not the life you want for yourself, if that's not the life you envision for yourself, if you see bigger dreams, if you have bigger goals than being that guy, you need to stop scrolling through social media. Look, I get it. I used to work on social media, and so I would use it as an excuse to scroll through social media looking for content or whatever the case may be, when in reality, all I'm doing is force feeding myself endless amounts of dopamine. Now that I'm creating content, now that I'm seeing the world for what it truly is, look, I understand you need to live in real life. You need to live in reality. You can't live in this virtual world no matter how perfect it may seem. You need to go talk to real women, not pay for OnlyFans. You need to go to the gym and work out, not just watch people work out. You need to make your own money, not just watch people who do make money. You need to improve yourself rather than just consuming the content about self-improvement, like quite frankly so many people do. Within the last year, my life has changed drastically. I've made money, I've gotten in shape, I've given up dopamine, and quite frankly they all play into one another. Think about it like this: if you're dopamine addicted, which means you're eating terribly, you're always watching Netflix or scrolling through social media, whatever the case may be, you're not gonna have energy because you're doing these things that make you tired. Therefore, you're not going to go to the gym, you're not going to be motivated to start your business, you're not going to be motivated to work, you're not going to be motivated to do anything, and all you're going to do is fall into an endless depression. I get it, it's the easy road. Paying $5.99 a month for some OnlyFans model is much easier than developing a true relationship with a real woman who you're genuinely attracted to. Watching people work out is much easier than working out yourself. Watching YouTube videos is much easier than creating YouTube videos. But in the end, look, what's more rewarding? Are you gonna actually get any reward from watching Alex Eubank work out? Are you gonna actually get any reward from watching Iman Ghazi show you how to make money without implementing them, without taking action? The answer is absolutely not. You're not gonna get any results, you're not gonna get any reward from watching this content unless you're also implementing it into your own life. Because from my experience, I've seen a lot of people who live almost vicariously through these influencers because they have a very glamorous life that you feel is unachievable for yourself. And so in turn, you're like, hell, I'll just watch their videos. I'll get the dopamine that they get from their delayed gratification. I'm gonna make it instant gratification for me because I'm watching it, and that's where the cycle begins. Let me ask you, what do you typically think of when you think of waking up in the morning and starting your day? Maybe you think of taking a hot shower, maybe you think of drinking that orange juice and eating those eggs and bacon, and then after breakfast, maybe you just drive to work and begin your day. 8 hours later, you're back home, and the cycle repeats. But there's one key thing that you're forgetting there. About 10 years ago now, there was a study that showed over 80% of people grabbed their phone when first waking up in the first 15 minutes. Now keep in mind, this was 10 years ago. That means this was at the beginning of Instagram, the beginning of social media as a whole, including no TikTok, has now today become one of, if not the most addicting social media platform for people to scroll mindlessly. If that statistic doesn't scare you, I don't know what will, because quite frankly, that's scary. The amount we depend on our phones, the amount we depend on social media, the amount we depend on the internet and other people's validation that we don't even know, we've never even met, we've never even seen a single time in our life, is very draining. And the matter of the fact is, there are more and more people today with depression and mental health disorders. And sure, there's other factors that might play a role, but one of the biggest factors, if not the biggest factor of depression and mental health in our society is unfortunately social media. Where else can you hang out? Where else can you speak with big names like, for example, The Rock? Where else are you gonna see him at? You're gonna see him on social media. So it makes sense why people live on social media, because they get to hang out with their stars. They get to hang out with their role models. And you also think about when you've been scrolling for an hour and you've been scrolling for 2 hours, however long it may be, what's typically the feeling that you would feel? In most cases, for most people, you're gonna feel foggy, you're gonna feel tired, you're gonna feel drained, you're gonna feel unmotivated, which in turn affects your productivity, meaning you're gonna get less work done, you might not work out, you might not make money, you might not do anything that day but sleep and scroll social media. And if you live in a constant cycle of this, of doing that on a daily basis, well, guess what? You're gonna turn out to be a loser. You're gonna turn out to be a social media addicted, no life having, out of shape, broke loser, period. So again, if that's what you want, if that's what you want for your life, if that's your dream, if that's your life goals, by all means, go do your thing, go scroll social media. But again, if you want a better life, if you have bigger dreams, something needs to change. In order to make change, you must change. Nothing is gonna change until you change. You are the start of it. And if it takes deleting social media off your phone completely, so be it. If it takes using the screen time on your phone, so be it. And if it doesn't take that much, that's great too. If it only takes, I'm gonna use social media for 1 hour a day, and you can genuinely keep yourself accountable and stick to it, only using social media 1 hour a day, that's awesome as well. Whatever works for you, you just need to make sure you're not abusing it. I mean, something that I've thought of personally is you take a step back, you look at your life in the third person, you imagine yourself watching yourself scrolling through social media or watching Netflix or whatever the case may be, and you see yourself doing this for hours. That's going to be a very, very boring movie. That's going to be a very, very boring reality for you. It's going to be a very, very boring life. It's going to be a very dull, boring life full of nothing. Full of nothing. And why? Just so you can feed your brain that extra amount of dopamine? Is it really worth it? Is it? The next time you catch yourself scrolling mindlessly through social media, I want you to think about it like that. Imagine it as if you were watching yourself lay in bed, maybe eating chips, whatever it is, scrolling social media for hours on end. Is that really how you want to live your life? If it's true that your memories flash back when you die, is that really the memories you want to flash back, or do you want to have memories of a fulfilling lifetime? Memories that actually made you happy, not just made you addicted, not just filled you with dopamine. You want to go on an adventure, you want to work out, you want to make money, you want to have all these fun things. That's what you should want to have rolling back into your memories when you're dying. And I believe for 99% of men, that is the case. You don't want to have a life where, oh yeah, I looked at this post yesterday, I liked this post yesterday, I retweeted this. At the end of the day, does it really matter? Does it really matter? I don't think so. I'm sure you don't think so. So why are we doing it? Why are we doing it? Because it's easy. And so the last point I want to touch on is the dating market, is dating in today's society. We all know about the modern feminists. We all know about the LGBTQ crisis. We all know about how all society has gotten so bad. All women are whores now. And yeah, to be frank, a lot more women today are not monogamous. A lot more women today are a lot more open with sharing their body. I mean, you see the OnlyFans women, you see the OnlyFans models online sharing their body for $4.99 a month. And where do you think that roots from? It roots from social media. These apps have created a huge amount of abundance of women, and quite frankly, times of great abundance ultimately lead to times of high inequality. The top percentile of men have access to almost any woman they want in the entire world now because of social media. And Same goes on the flip side. These women who might not even be objectively attractive are seeing themselves get with 8s, 9s, 10s, high-level men because of social media and the way they're able to market themselves through social media. And in turn, the lower-level men get left behind because even these lower level women are able to get access to these higher level men, which in turn, these women have seen their dating standards inflate unnaturally because of social media, because of the likes they're getting, because of the shares they're getting, because of the comments they're getting, because of all the attention they're getting on social media, that instantly inflates their ego, their dating standards. And because of this, we're gonna end up seeing a generation filled with lonely men and cat moms. And if you think about it, that can only end badly. That can only end badly. I mean, think about all the crime these men who hate women or think the world is unfair or whatever the case may be are gonna cause, all the havoc they're gonna cause. And look, I get it. Maybe you are broke, maybe you are overweight, maybe you are dopamine addicted. That doesn't mean you can't change. Anyone can change. Look at me, for example. I was exactly like you just 1 year ago. I was 260 pounds. I was extremely broke. I probably had a negative account balance. And I was spending every day, all day, scrolling social media, watching television, or doing whatever the fuck I want rather than what I knew I should be doing. Working out, making money, touching grass. It's funny, but it's true. You need to get out. You need to get outside of your head. You need to get outside of this social media addiction so that you can really live a real life in the real world, not just a life completely taken over by the internet, by social media. But at the end of the day, look, our phones can be very, 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 very powerful tools, and they are powerful tools, but they can be tools of mass destruction, or they can be tools that make you successful. The choice is on you. You can either use your phone, build a multi-million-dollar business, build your name up, become a creator, make a name for yourself, network with people, do all these things that really will help you improve your life. Or on the flip side, you can consume people doing this. You can consume all these people who are making content, who are making a name for themselves, who are doing their thing to make money online. You can be in the stands, looking down, watching them as if you were at a football game, watching them from the stands. You can either be a bystander, or you can take action, you can change your life, you can pull yourself out of this depression, of this addiction. Again, I get it. It might be very, very hard to get over this addiction. You might just not know how. You might genuinely not know how to spend your time. You might not know how to be productive because you've gotten accustomed to spending all this time, all your free time on social media and on wasting time. That's why I've recently come out with a new video highlighting the 5 biggest lessons, the 5 lessons that changed my life that I learned from Andrew Tate. I can guarantee you, if you genuinely develop these lessons, you implement that into your life will change, no doubt about it. But again, it's social media. So can you take this video as entertainment? Absolutely you can, and you'll get entertainment from it. But can you take it as education and actually learn from it and actually change your life because of it? Absolutely can, and that is my goal. I don't want you guys to watch my videos just for pure entertainment. Sure, we can have a few laughs here and there. There's no problem with that. But my goal is to help you change your life. My goal is to help you improve your life. So if you want to learn the 5 most important lessons I learned from Andrew Tate, I recommend you guys check out the video and have a great, fantastic fucking day. I love y'all, man. Make sure you subscribe too. Peace.